benchmark we did years ago, where we tested the laptop with its included 11 control panels and other bloatware versus a wiped clean version. The bloated test is a good representation of how systems age, since a lot of computers slowly accumulate background software as they get older. This chart shows the frame time variance in Black Ops 3, relevant at the time, where we saw occasional and repeatable 100 millisecond spikes in frame times randomly during gaming. This would happen when one of the many background processes fired off or pinged Windows. In this other example of bloatware from 2016 laptop testing that we did, we found that systems with bloated operating environments, which would be similar to a simulation of aging of sorts, to have performance losses up to 40% in average FPS. We'll roll through a few of those FPS charts now. Even if you're careful to avoid accumulating software over 4 or 5 years of use, and even if you're more of a power user who just doesn't need that software, it's still possible that regular small updates to software you do need or to Windows, just like on a phone, could contribute to system slowdown from its initial clean state because you're upgrading in place rather than installing fresh. Most people would probably resolve a lot of their perceived smoothness issues by installing a new operating system on their same computer. More recently, we've produced benchmarks showing the impact of RGB software on system performance, both individually, down to the IQ or the CAM level standalone, and in combination with each other. If you have a few RGB components in one system, but not in the upgrade, it would also be feasible to see a disproportionately high improvement in system performance when comparing two otherwise completely clean operating systems against each other. We've been rotating through a few of those charts to prove that point as well. But that's enough to show where improvements can come from, aside from just the CPU upgrade. So now we can get into the Intel versus AMD modern comparisons for what does just the CPU upgrade do in a controlled environment. We'll start with one of the most favorable comparisons for AMD, just to establish the baseline for reality early.